Aloha, it's Katie, and I'm currently hiding in some trees. I'm back in the Philippines. It is 2020, and in 2020, I am going to be 20. Okay, to be fair, my birthday's in October, so it's closer to 2021. First thing is I want to apologize for not uploading last week. I was just a bit too ambitious, honestly. It was mid-December at Cornell, I had 5 finals, and I thought I had a ton of time and that I could do Vlogmas and upload twice a week, but the second I finished my last final, I just crashed, and I think it was just a sign for me that I really needed to rest because this entire semester I've just been hustling like my ass off. With that aside though, I have been intentionally disappearing off social media these past few weeks. I have thought a lot about what 2020 is going to be like for my channel, and I'm so much more excited because it is going to be creative. But for today's video, we are going to answer some questions. Some of you have been accepted to Cornell's class of 2024 already. Congratulations, by the way. And if you were deferred and if you didn't get the result you wanted, I assure you that you are going to be a light in whatever college you end up anyway. And also, regular decision is not over yet. You've got a ton of schools. There are so many options still, so hang in there. Instagram is at AlohaKatieX if you want to ask questions or DM me about anything, by the way. Okay, so how did it feel coming back for your sophomore year in comparison to freshman year? I was really excited for sophomore year. Honestly, I felt like after freshman year, I had a better idea now of what opportunities, what clubs, and what kind of people there were at Cornell and the ones I wanted to get involved with. I mean, not like the people I wanted to get involved with, but you know, like friends I wanted to befriend. Do a lot of people smoke weed at Cornell? I wouldn't say a lot of people smoke, but I will say the opportunity is there if you want to. And I think that's a common thing, especially if you're at a college like Cornell, because there are so many people, such a diverse student body, and you are bound to find a community of people who do the same things you do or you're interested in. Dating scene. If you're a freshman, first month, oh my gosh, so many people get together. In general, there are a lot of Cornell couples. Also, another fact, I was talking to a student at Yale the other day, and she was saying that over 40% of Yale students find their husband/wife on campus. So this seems to be a pretty common thing. Is Cornell diverse? From one person of color to another, do you feel safe and secure at campus? Being an international student, even though it was one of my biggest worries, coming here I was really insecure, or like I had major imposter syndrome culturally, and I thought that I was really different and that people would notice that I was really different, but honestly a lot of people just thought I was Asian American. To answer the other question, Cornell is really diverse. I will say it's not uncommon to see a lot of people still hang out with people of the same color, and I think that's more apparent in Greek life. Honestly, my freshman year, I think 80% of my friends were Asian, and that's just because I showed up to a lot more Asian and cultural events because I was really missing home and trying to adjust. But this semester, I've definitely made a lot of other friends in all communities. This year has just made me so much more sympathetic because I've learned so much from these people. And the beauty, I think, of being in a college education environment is that people are very curious about you. Sorry, that was a really long-winded response, but yes, I feel very safe here and secure on campus. Being in the city though, New York City is a different story. How many miles do you walk in a day? Recently accepted, so I was just wondering. Congratulations. I don't know in miles, but I checked my health app and my average is 8,000 steps. So it ranges from 5,000 to up to 14,000. Are classes more lecture test based or project based? This really depends on what your major is. So if you are in the College of AAP, which is architecture and planning, a lot of the courses are more studio and project based. But if you're in engineering, then it's a lot more test based or a lot more problem sets, prelims, finals. It really depends on your major. How's the engineering program there? Cornell has an amazing engineering program. And when I say amazing though, it is really intense. It definitely seems to be worth it because here people get hella good internships and jobs. A ton of friends this year got internships at Microsoft, Amazon, Uber, Lyft, Airbnb. Is Cornell a good school to learn about entrepreneurship? I am thinking of applying. So this is a really interesting question because I've really immersed myself in the entrepreneurship scene here at Cornell, and I will say it is definitely growing. And not just at Cornell, but also in the greater Ithaca region. There's so much brain here. Being at Cornell, Ithaca College, Syracuse University, there is a lot of colleges nearby. I met up with some advisors here, and they were telling me about how a lot of people are investing in upstate New York nowadays because there's so much talent. So there are a lot of initiatives to push students more to use their time to create something. How rigorous would you say Cornell is? The saying goes Cornell is the easiest to get into, and by easiest I mean 1 in 10 people, but hardest to graduate from. I was looking on Reddit the other day, and there was a post that was like, so are you happy at Cornell? And there were mixed responses. One that stuck out to me is, if you choose Cornell, your goal is not to like be happy, it's to grow, it's to challenge yourself, it's to put yourself outside your comfort zone so you come out of it being exposed to so many different experiences that will really prepare you for the real world. And I find that to be so true with a lot of Cornellians I've met. Everybody just works crazy hard. Everyone has a passion for something, and I know Cornell like has a reputation of being like a depressing school or having like really crappy mental health, but I think it is changing and it is headed to the right progress. Does it get easier? I don't think things get easier per se, but you get better. How is West, and also how hard is it to get on West? Any tips in general, please? Hi Juliet. I met her at homecoming with a bunch of other really cool freshmen. West campus is so much better. Like, I really love North, and I was a super homebody when I was a freshman. Like, I go back to the dorm 3-4 times a day to just nap, but West is so easy because the dining hall is where I live. How West Campus housing works is you and your friends will form a suite, or you guys will block up, typically 5 to 6 people, but you can do it with just like 1 or 2 other people too. And once you guys form a block, you will enter the housing lottery system together. You will be put into one of 3 days to enter your housing pick. People say that if you get a slot in the first day, you're basically secure, like you will make it on West Campus and likely a main house. But if you're on the second day, you'll probably still make it on West Campus, but you will probably end up in a Gothic, and your suite may get split up. You have the third day, that's kind of like, you should start looking for apartments on West Campus now, because you're probably not going to get a good one. But yeah, I also want to assure you that if you are a current freshman, not to worry so much about housing, because if you're not trying for West, I know some people will be trying for sorority and fraternity houses, and if not, you can still suite up with your friends and find an apartment on West Campus. You might have heard some of your friends have already found apartments for next year because they started so early on in the year. I didn't do that. People at Cornell are definitely aware that there is a second wave of trying to find housing for people who don't get good slots for West Campus. Is a freshman 15 real? Yes, it was for me, but I'll tell you my take on it. So before I came to Cornell, I was really skinny. My family would always tell me to like eat more and that I looked malnourished. And it was upsetting because I was eating a lot and I was a student athlete and I was doing fine. I wasn't getting sick. But then when I did come to Cornell, I got sick a lot. And I think it's because my body wasn't adjusting to it, and especially with a cold. I know that my body is super weak in changing temperatures, so I think when I did gain a lot of weight, I think I looked a lot healthier. Like, my cheeks like definitely got more round, but health-wise, I'm doing so much better, and I think that's because I gained a lot more meat, and it's a thing that fat, it's a better insulator, it protects you against winter. This semester, I didn't get sick at all. Like, after I got sick the first week, because I just really wasn't taking care of myself, I did not get sick for the remaining 5 months. Oh my gosh, side story. But in the gym, I have been like trying to gain more muscle and lifting more. Truth is, if you're gaining muscle, if you feel stronger, then why does it have to be a bad thing? I'm just saying, just change the stigma. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. We'll just wrap this up with last 3 questions. But how do you get accepted to Cornell after being deferred? First thing is definitely write a letter of continued interest to show that you are still interested in the school. Tell them about your new achievements. Restate your interest in Cornell and how you see yourself on the campus, but also, you know, how you will impact the campus. And you should check out my 5 things I wish I knew about college video, because I go more in depth about this because I got hella waitlisted. Maybe take this as a sign to start opening yourself to other opportunities that might have been a better fit for you in the first place. What is the coolest class you have ever taken? I took it this year actually. It's the ice cream class, where it's introduction to food science, but our project is developing an ice cream flavor and entering it in a contest where if you win, your flavor actually gets sold at Cornell's Dairy Bar. You get a lot of free ice cream tasting in class, and you get to take home a pint of your own ice cream flavor at the end of it. Next week's video is going to be classes I took in sophomore fall, so also stay tuned for that next week because I took a lot of cool classes. That was a lot longer than I expected, but I hope it helped. If you have any video suggestions for the upcoming 2020 new year, then please comment down below. Follow me on social media at AlohaKDX. I'm having an Instax mini Polaroid giveaway as you watch this, so make sure you don't enter on my Instagram and Twitter. I upload new videos every week as a college student hustling, so I'd really appreciate your support, and I promise so much more good content is coming. I will see you next week. Bye guys.